Welcome back to round 3 of the Just Car Insurance Australian Drifting GP. The top 16 has been run and done. We're now down to our best 8 drivers. Before we check out the action though, let's take a look at the Tyre Manufacturers Championship and catch up with a driver that's new to running on Achilles this year. Achilles Radial is the official tyre of ADGP and has helped the series grow since joining in 2012. Their 123S tyre is immensely popular and has proven very successful, being used by the reigning Australian champion and a long list of podium finishes. New for this season, we started the Tyre Manufacturers Championship, with points being awarded for the top 8 finishes each round. Here is how the standings look after the first 2. Now let's catch up with 2014 V8 Supercar runner-up, Shane Van Gisbergen, who is driving on Achilles 123S tyres this season.
This year we've been running the 123 Achilles tyre. It's really good, so sensitive to tyre pressure changes. You can really get what you want out of the tyre. So for us, we can get too much grip, and it's really good problem to have, but very tunable. It has great grip all the way through till it's completely worn out. So that's a good thing to have, because we're only getting 2 or 3 laps with the power we have. So as long as we have good grip for those ones, it's okay, and it seems to be doing that and consistent.
Well, there are some big names missing from the Neulon Oil's top 8 leaderboard. That means the championship is going to have a big mix-up at the end of this round. Our first pairing in the top 8, number 1 qualifier Brent Gordon in the PSA Ski Boats S15 up against local driver Chris Salido. He's putting on a pretty good show this weekend, some great driving. He's doing pretty well in the championship, but he's still up against the number 1 qualifier now. He throws it in nice and aggressive. It has a bit of a straighten there as he clips that white line, trying to catch up to Brent Gordon. Gordon slows down, has a bit of a straighten, but Salido spins. Throws the run away. Let's turn it around now. Salido leads, throws it in, great entry. Gordon's right there. He's got a 10-0 advantage after that spin from Salido, but now he's pushing hard, dives in on that outer clipping zone. And now into the last corner. Brent Gordon's right there, and he will go through, and he will take the win in this top 8 battle. Let's take a look at the Achilles Radial replay now. Salido was a little bit shallow on his line and angle through the first corner, but it's here where he straightens up and completely loses drift as he cuts the corner to dive in on Gordon that the judges had already awarded the 0 before the spin even happened.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rough battle. I had a bit of a mistake and he might have spun, I think, but yeah, car's still running mint, tyres are still gripping up, and everything seems to be working, so I'm happy as.
Levi Clark in the XD Racing S15 got pretty lucky after a mechanical issue in the top 16 meant the gears. His car cut out, had a straighten, and Levi got the win. He's now up against Hayden Buckham in the all-type crash VE. Levi Clark has a big gap there on that entry, and he's starting to walk away with this run so far. Hayden now, though, turns the tables, tries to dive in on that last corner, but it's simply not enough. He's shallow on the angle, and Levi Clark will just drive away in that XD Racing V8-powered S15. Switch it around now. Hayden Buckham will lead. All-type crash via Ute from South Australia. Full throttle run-up. Throws it into the Achilles Radial entry, but Levi Clark nice and aggressive, very close on that entry. Both drivers get the tyre on the white line, so not making much of a difference between their scores, but now Levi showing the car has some extra speed and getting up nice and close to Hayden Buckham on that last corner, and he will take the win. Go to the Achilles Radial replay now.
Yeah, we're stoked to go through. Just had a mad battle with Hayden there. Pushed a bit hard and ran out of room, so yeah, we went for a rerun, which is good. The CDS 15s is pushing on, so yeah, glad JPP could sort the car out in time, and hopefully we can take it to the top.
Matt Russell is a man on a mission in that Raceworks A86. He is up against Josh Botcher in the GT Radial S15 here in the top 8. Probably double the horsepower, 400 versus 800, but Matt Russell uses that chicane to his advantage to be nice and close on the entry, super aggressive on that chase. Looks like JB's car has a little bit more speed through the Neulon Oil switchback, but then Matt Russell pushes in nice and close, but it's too much, and he throws it away. Matt Russell was looking like he could have had a big upset here. He looked like he was going to have the advantage against JB, but just pushed it that little bit too hard and got the spin. They spin it around now. Great entry from Matt Russell. JB hanging back a little bit on the first part of the course. Now he closes in for the kill as they come into that last corner and across the I Love Drift finish line. Matt Russell, though, looking like he could have provided an upset, but that spin threw it away.
As you can see, Russell's driving very aggressively to keep up with Botch's monster V8, but he just throws in a little bit too hard here, overcooks it, and it's all over.
Awesome, yeah, we just went through to the top four, battled Matt Russell in the Little Beast. It was a good run. I think he made a mistake behind me, so yeah, we're through the top four. Happy to be back at the top four. Mallala, last time we were here was third place, so we're certainly going to go better than that.
Our last pairing in the top 8, Chris Day, V8 Turbo Commodore up against Michael Rosenblatt in the Commodore Wreckers-backed V8 powered R32. If Rosenblatt wants to move into the lead of the championship, he has to get the win here. And it's looking pretty good so far. Very aggressive on the chase run from Rosenblatt. Diving in on Chris Day now in that last corner and getting right up close and personal coming onto that last corner and past the I Love Drift finish line. Turn it around now. Michael Rosenblatt will lead. Can Chris Day give us a chase performance as good as Rosenblatt's? Many labelling Rosenblatt as the best chase driver in ADGP at the moment. Chris Day goes a bit wide there, hits those cones, tries to cut that last corner and dive in, but just isn't able to get there. Now runs wide, and Rosenblatt will walk away with the win from that battle in the Neulon Oils R32 Skyline. Let's take a look at the Achilles radial replay.
On board with Michael Rosenblatt in his R32 Skyline, and he simply dominates the chase. There's really nothing more to say.
I'm super stoked. You know, that's another huge win that we needed for the championship. It's really helping us out. You know, car's running sweet. Neulon Oils and the Commodore Wreckers for backing me and giving me all the help I needed to get to where I am. I can't thank them enough.
You're watching round 3 of the Just Car Insurance Australian Drifting GP. We're at the pointy end of the field now as we head into the top 4 tandem battles. Here we go, Neulon Oils top 4 battle tree, 3 Queenslanders out of 4 in the top 4. They're doing very well this year. Our first pairing, Brent Gordon and Levi Clark. Brent Gordon suffering some car issues, wanted to call 5 minutes, but you're not allowed to call it until after the first run. They're going to run it anyway and see what happens. Brent Gordon leads, throws it in. Levi Clark is right there, nice and aggressive. Brent Gordon's car is coughing and spluttering a little bit, and Levi Clark is now all over the back of him, putting down a very dominating chase run, which will give him a big advantage. But Brent Gordon has called 5 minutes though, and is heading back into the pits.
Levi Clark super aggressive on entry, almost door to door with him, but then here you can see Brent Gordon's car suffering some sort of mechanical problem, which lets Levi climb all over the back of him.
Well, we've had the call. Brent Gordon not able to get his car fixed in time during that 5 minutes, and he will hand the win straight over to Levi Clark in that Exedy Racing S15 Silvia. He gets a solo run in the second battle of the top 4. Taking it easy though, conserve the car for the finals. Let's head into our next pairing in the top 4 now. Josh Botcher up against Michael Rosenblatt. Teammates from Queensland head to head. This should be a pretty epic battle. Both V8 powered. JB's car has the horsepower advantage. Full throttle run up, but Rosenblatt once again showing how it's done, nice and close on the entry, which means he can stay nice and close for the rest of the run. He sacrifices a little bit of angle going to that outer clip to try and stay close to JB, but now he pushes up close at the end of that corner. They switch it around now. Rosenblatt will lead. Can Josh Botcher put down a dominating chase run to try and get the win in this battle? He's not as close on the entry. That'll help Rosenblatt with a bit of a buffer, but Botcher gets one wheel right over that white line hits a couple of cones, almost has a straighten up there to try and catch up. He's lost the ground. And now Rosenblatt drives away with another win. Let's head to the Achilles radial replay now and take another look.
Once again, you can see why Rosenblatt is considered one of the country's best chase drivers. Let's jump on board and see it firsthand. Now, let's switch it around and you can see Boccia just comes in way too hot, takes out a couple of cones very shallow in turn 1, cuts through turn 2, then goes wide, and you can just see Rosenblatt sailing off into the sunset.
And there it is. Rosenblatt gets the win. He is through to the finals and continues his championship charge. Neulon oils became the official oil of ADGP this season, but have been supporters of the sport of drift for the last few years, backing drivers including Michael Rosenblatt. But drift isn't the only motorsport they support, getting behind time attack, circuit racing and all forms of club racing. In 2014, they started the Neulon Nationals, an inter-club shootout held over 3 rounds to help foster club-level motorsport.
Yeah, the Neulon Nationals is something that we've put together in-house. It's really designed to get a bunch of car clubs. We've got 8 car clubs in total competing across the 3 rounds, and it's really designed to get them all together. There's a lot of different demographics here, and we're seeing some young guys under 20, and we're also seeing guys in their mid-60s that are really having a good day. Feedback we're getting from this event is it's actually never been done before. People, you know, you don't get this kind of demographics mingling together at a track day like this. When these clubs normally go to a track day, it's normally with their club or with a club very similar to them. So the feedback that we're getting is that it's great for the community.
For 2015, the Neulon Nationals was expanded with more clubs, more cars and more events. Round 1 was held on the Sydney Motorsport Park skid pan, and there was plenty of variety with Ford, HSV, Honda, Toyota 86, Evolution, MX-5 and Skyline owner-based clubs, but the event was taken out by the Road and Track Drivers Club. Round 2 will be held at the Bulladilla Hill Climb, and Round 3 will be held at Wakefield Park Raceway. The final round is held at Cootamundra Airport, and the winning club is announced for 2015. For more information on the Neulon Nationals, videos and results, head to the website neulon.com.au. Welcome back to round 3 of the Just Car Insurance Australian Drifting Grand Prix. It's finals time now. We're about to see who makes the podium and how this championship is going to unfold. Well, it's finals time. Rosenblatt has moved into the lead of the championship just by making it to the finals. The question will be, how much will his lead be at the end? Our battle for third place is Brent Gordon and Josh Boccia. Brent Gordon had to forfeit his run in the top 4 after having some mechanical issues, while now the tables have been turned. Brent Gordon's car performing faultlessly, while JB having a few issues with that V8 powered S15. He's trying to catch up here, but the car spluttering and hesitating, causing him some issues. He loses the drift and straightens out after losing engine power there. Will JB come in for 5 minutes? That is the question. That loss of drift gives him a 0. And this is not the way you want to have a podium battle. And that is with a broken car, unable to continue. Looks like JB's got the hazards on. He's not going to be able to do the second run. He is going to forfeit and hand that win straight to Brent Gordon in the battle for third place. Let's go to the headline act now. Levi Clark and Michael Rosenblatt in the finals. Levi's been here before, so has Rosenblatt. And this is Levi's first podium finish for the year already. But let's see what happens. 2 very aggressive and entertaining drivers. Levi will lead as the higher qualifier in the XD Racing S15. Great entry from Levi Clark, very aggressive once again from Rosenblatt on the chase. Dives into that Drift Schools Australia outer clip now into the last corner. across the I Love Drift finish line, and Rosenblatt, bit of an advantage after putting down a very solid chase run. I think Rosenblatt might be enjoying having a lower qualifying score as he gets to chase first and really put the pressure on. They switch it around now. Rosenblatt leads. Levi Clark very aggressive, nearly overcooks it there, but then cuts into that last outer clip, loses a bit of speed there and starting to fall back. So much pace in that Neulon Oils R32 Skyline. Let's go to the Achilles Radial replay now and take another look.
Pretty straightforward on this one. Michael Rosenblatt lays down another dominating chase run. Let's just jump on board and take a look. Let's switch it around now. Levi Clark keeping it side by side on a run up, so he's nice and close on the entry. Very aggressive through here. From this angle, you can see where it all goes wrong for Levi. He throws it nice and hard and aggressive under Rosenblatt, but it just goes out way too wide into the marbles where there's no grip and lets Rosenblatt walk away. Let's go to the onboard for another look.
To the trophy presentation now, and Brent Gordon from WA, the rookie. It's his first podium and his highest ever qualifying spot. Levi Clark in the Exeter Racing S15 is awarded second place, and the winner, his first #1 position in ADGP, Michael Rosenblatt in the Neulon Oils R32 Skyline. He moves into the lead of the championship.
Oh, amazing. Today's just been magical. Everything's just seemed to have fallen in place and everything's worked, and yeah, a bit of a shock for everyone, I think. But yeah, everyone's been complimenting my driving in the car lately and saying I've been stepping it up, so yeah, I'm glad it's finally happened. Crank angle sensor fell out and it just wouldn't run, and we thought it was a few different things, tried a few things, then it died out on track after we thought we fixed it. Towed back in, finally worked out what it was, so we lost the top 4 and then yeah, went for 3rd place. And the car ran sweet again. I've already been looking forward to Sydney, and now this has happened. I've jumped myself up a few spots on the podium. I just can't wait to get there and try again and see where we can get myself.
Yeah, we're stoked to get up on the podium again. We had a good one at FD a few months back, but yeah, ADGP we haven't been up there, so it was good. We've been pushing pretty hard down in Melbourne the last round. We hit the wall and Japanese Past Performance got the car fixed and back out there. But yeah, we can't be happier. Like, we had bad qualifying and seemed to pull it together by the finals. Had a few bad runs with a few of the boys. They broken parts and stuff like that. Went for a rerun. That was good. Yeah, we're pumped to be in 3rd place for the before the final. Like, we got a track down in Sydney. Seemed to always pull it off down there. So yeah, hopefully we can push real hard and throw everything at it. And you know, we've got nothing to lose. It's going to be between Mick, or it's going to be a tight battle between Nick, Mick, and I.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, you know. Get the monkey off the back, get the first win and the championship win in the same day, you know, like it was a Cinderella story and started out horrible. Come away with a win, horrible qualifying. Beautiful. Well, that's exactly how I looked at it. Everyone's like, wow, that's horrible. You got Nick, top 16, that's horrible. I'm like, I think it could either be very good or it could be very bad for us. So, in one hand, we had everything to win, and you know, on the other hand, we could have hurt us in the championship, but you know, in the end of the day it worked out really well, and you know, to knock Nick out, he was driving great all day. We were struggling, borrowed diff, you know, the car was fast, which I think helped a lot, and just having a go, getting committed and getting aggressive. So, well, I put it on his door through the whole corner. We come to the exit, and then I thought I could maybe get a little bit closer. Just gave him a little bit of a nudge over the line, just to psych him out a little bit, because he was chasing us after, so I knew if I put the pressure on, you know, try and crack him as much as I could, because he's been killing it all year. So yeah, like this morning, first lap, didn't even made one corner, diff blew, came in, searching around the pits. The first issue was actually trying to find a diff. That's like, because we didn't bring a spare. Kelly Wong gave me one, I can't thank her enough. A little bit of a problem, but it's only a standard LSD, so spinning one wheel, you know, so I kind of tried to put that under wraps a little bit and pretend everything was great, but we were definitely struggling all day. Well, I can't thank Commodore Wreckers enough. Neulon Oilers, of course, for believing in me and getting behind me for the last 2 years. And my pit crew, Mazza, one-man band, does it all. It's the way we operate, so it's working well.
Let's take a look at the rest of the top 10. Great to see Chris Day, Chris Solito, Matt Russell, Hayden Buckham and Jack Widdis inside the top 10. Nick Coulson's qualifying spot made him finish 9th. Rosenblatt moves into the lead of the championship, has a small buffer in place. However, it's still anyone's championship and this top 10 could still be turned on its head. The close points means that the final round, the title fight, is going to be fierce and epic as these guys fight it out for the championship. Going to be held at Sydney Motorsport Park inside Power Cruise on March 13th, 14th and 15th, with the top 16 being held on the Sunday. More information at AustralianDriftingGP.com.